Alright, so here we go. We are in game one of the finals. Noggano against Jesulin. We did not get to see the Love Nest and Jesulin final that we were expecting with the number one seed. Noggano quite famously took Love Nest, out in his semi-final series. So just a crazy game. Noggano deserves to be here though, and yeah, these guys have been rock solid in all of the games that we've seen them in throughout the tournament today. They must be pretty damn tired as well after a full day of playing. So we're going to see these two heavyweights come in right at the end of their tether. They're probably drinking liters of Coke right now, cramming the Red Bulls down. They are angry.
These guys are angry.
They're so angry.
They're sick of playing this bastard game. It's raining, it's dreary, and they're furious with each other. It's going to be interesting. Noggano is the wild card. He is the volatile element in this matchup. Jesulin was most likely expecting, as you say, Love Nest, and he's not going to get it. He's going to get a ball of excitement in Noggano.
Yeah, I actually think Jesulin's going to be disappointed at not being able to face Love Nest, because I think that's something he genuinely wants in all of these like end games. But I just want to point something out very, very suspicious. Now, I'm not going to get my hopes up too much here, but Noggano has not launched into Rifle Company.
Interesting.
Could we see the Pershing here? I want to see it so badly in the finals. You know, it's the first time it's used in a finals game. If you can use it, and win, just incredible.
Ruperb just said in Twitch chat, they have modded the map so it takes place during the UK summer.
Yeah, that's
how very apt.
That's pretty true.
A good point about this tournament is it's a good tournament, well run, but it is a little bit more for fun. It's not got a major prize pool, and it isn't one of the major tournaments that these guys are going to run, or anybody's going to run for that matter. It is a Halloween seasonal tournament. So, Noggano, who didn't expect to be here, maybe he could go for Pershing Commander for a laugh. Hopefully he does.
I'm sure hoping that he does, to be honest.
Me too. I'm sick of seeing Rifle Company.
Alright, let's get straight into the action. So Noggano has gone straight in with the rear echelons into Jesulin's cutoff point. Fortunately, Jesulin's sniper and the Grenadiers are able to meet that and reject it instantly. So neither player is really going deep into enemy territory in the first engagements. They're going to cap their own sides of the map and then work from there. And I quite like that, actually. They're not threatening each other. They probably, they've had a long day of this. Neither player really wants to go in with that heavy-handed strategy at the start and then have to deal with the kind of messy fallback that happens when they get torn apart by the opponent. So yeah, I mean, they're playing very carefully at the moment. We're probably going to see a lot of kiting. We're probably going to see a lot of testing each other out, going back and forth, retreating to the base with full squads, and then eventually break out into the mid game. So not really expecting anything too adventurous in the early game right now.
What we will be seeing very shortly, as soon as the sniper makes its presence known, we will be seeing the M20. However, the M20 is largely nullified by a map such as Longraskaya. I mean, it's open fields. As soon as a pack hits the field, it'll be nullified.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it hasn't got that much of a flanking opportunity on the, when it's attacking the left-hand side of the map from the right. There's a lot of hedgerows and stuff it has to get past, which are quite easy for the riflemen to get the Faust off. So if it were the other way around, if you were playing from the other side of the map, then, we could actually be in a situation where the M20 would be more useful, but we're not seeing that right now. So good decision to go sniper. He's picking shots through the little gaps in the hedges here when possible. Look at the speed of fire from the sniper. Does this guy even aim?
Seemingly not. Interestingly, Jesulin hasn't gone for the ultra aggressive Fairmax maneuver onto the cutoff, which we often see on Longbras in tournament level play. He's been very respectful. He's obviously noticed that Noggano has beaten his eternal opponent, Love Nest, so he's not going for the cutoff so scarily.
Yeah, it's nice. It's either down to the fact that they know they're good players. He knows he has to be careful. Jesulin's a very, very careful player anyway at the best of times, so he's going to be extra careful in the finals right now. It's the first game. They need to test each other out. The benefit as well, if Jesulin can win right now as the austere, he's going to have a better chance of winning when he plays allies, I think he played allies much better than he played Oster in the games that we've seen of him today. So if he can win this with the Axis right now, I think it puts him in a good position to close this in 2 games.
We also in a 4 minutes 57 M20 on the field. It's going to be answered by a pretty sharpish 2-2-2. That'll be out before the 6-minute mark. So I can't see that going too well for Noggano.
No. There's just no real pushes at all. Jesulin's doing the right thing here. He doesn't want to push his opponent because he knows he's strong. He's just taking pot shots with the sniper, and I really like that. He's just playing within his means. He's going to sit back, build up an army that's capable of dealing with the USF, and it's really nice. Look at this. Jesulin is now going to be able to get Faust off, I think. Nothing to close.
Long range. Oh dear God, it'll be long range. There's a sniper Faust.
I don't know why he did that though, really. Probably could have saved the munitions. Oh no, he is actually going to close in with the scout car, it looks like.
11
Needs to be
kills
careful
on the
with
sniper
the veterans.
already. 6 minutes, 12 kills on the sniper now.
Our lines of supply are disrupted.
Yeah, Sniper's had a great early game already. Surprised that the scout car didn't go in to close the gap on the M20 there. Maybe he feared the bazooka squad inside it would get out and blow that up. But Jesulin is playing very carefully right now. He's not overstepping the mark at any point.
Yes, it's a very cautious game, and to me on Longer Sky, that means we'll be in for an hour-long game here. Stormers, I hope you're prepared for that.
Well, it's going to happen at some point. I've reserved the whole evening off, so... Why is the scout car not firing on that squad? Are they on hold fire? Okay, I see. It's a strange decision.
Yeah, it was strange. I believe the heavy green cover coerced with the yellow cover to prevent it from firing somehow. M20 hasn't had much effect so far. It's just soaked up munitions for its armor skirts. The middle VP's already taken to the Wehrmacht player, which shows us that Noggano's early pressure hasn't been too dominant.
Yeah. The good thing about the M20 though, the M20 does 2 things. One is that it is going to stop the sniper from Jesulin pushing out too deep into the right hand side of the map. It's kind of confined to its own area at the moment. The second thing it is as well is it is a bit of a psychological game where now that the M20 is out in the field, the scout car isn't going to be able to comfortably drive around the map and try and pick off anything from Noggano. So for the fear of M20 mines, it's kind of a psychological tip off to your opponent. Not to outstretch himself.
Absolutely, not to overstretch. Very good point. It's going to be interesting now. We are locked into what I call the late game of the early game, meaning that they're all bottlenecked for every resource, and what they've got on the field now is vitally important in how they use it and what they do with it. So it's a very interesting passage of play to watch.
Yeah, I guess that's where this game will tip really. So it's very even in terms of the resources, as you said. It just comes down to which player is going to pick the right unit. I guess they're both going to be making this decision at the same time. Maybe Jesulin would consider waiting for USF to reveal its next text first before actually bringing anything out onto the field. It's not a bad position for Jesulin. Noggano hasn't really pushed him in any sense at all right now. If Jesulin sits and just takes the 1VP and the fuel and the munitions, he's in a great place to just tech up, maybe even go to tier 4 at this rate.
Absolutely. Why would Noggano have gone lieutenant for the M20 then straight to captain?
A lot of people are doing this at the moment. I see a lot of people going lieutenant and captain. In the last game, Jesulin didn't even go for the major in the end.
It's so strange, isn't it? Yeah.
So, I guess the benefit of it is you get, extra 2 squads out on the field for your upgrade. You do get access to decent mid-game tanks, which allow you the map control.
Storm, sorry to interrupt. Can you just look at the riflemen that are flanking from that southern hedge there?
Yes.
What they're doing is a very good tactic for players that want to push into the top level. Is you group your units and keep them behind heavy shot blockers until they're all together and you can push as one. And it's all about converging on a point instead of coming in drips and drabs.
Yes, yeah, that is a good point there. And Noggano does it better than anyone.
Yeah, he's doing it well.
The enemy is taking our
So we have the
territory.
grenades for the Americans.
This is a pretty deep push from Noggano. It looks like Jesulin's been thrown here And Noggano has hit all the right gaps here on Jesulin's army. He may even lose a squad of Grenadiers here if he's not careful. The scout car's coming in to help, but obviously the captain with 2 bazookas does actually decide to retreat in the end. Nice decision of the rifle grenade there from Jesulin. Is the scout car going to chase? Looks like it is.
He folded on that push in just enough time. A weaker player might have just thought, well, I pushed with 5 units at the same time, so I need to get the cut-off whited. He noticed that one of his squads was in danger and instead decided to full retreat, and it's the right decision. So he's gambling wisely.
Yeah, and he also is going to pick up the fuel point off of Jesulin as well. So very, very good. The second that you scatter the Oster in this position, you know, it's a long time for them to actually get their stronghold and fortified position back up again. So Noggano's doing the right thing. He's constantly just going in and out of these engagements, finding the weak gaps and then hitting them really hard with everything he's got. And it's going to throw Jesulin's resources off a little bit more and allow Noggano to get the tech advantage.
Absolutely it is. I mean, Jesulin, or Jesulin, or however you want to spell this guy's name, is going to have an opportunity to push. He has had a lot of fuel taken off him, but he does have 130 in the bank.
Stuart is about to come out on the field from Noggano, and still no doctrine picked. I'm really liking this. I think we might actually see it. You know, I really want to see this commander get used in a tournament. You know, and especially by Noggano, because you know that, you know, whatever strategy he is building with this, it's going to become the meta.
Yes.
So, you know, we could see the first signs of the new meta right here.
Yeah, hopefully. We've not seen any commander selected quite yet. I mean, it's 11 minutes into the game, so it's possible that they're waiting for a tell off their opponent. The sniper's on 2 pips of veterancy. Is that 25, do I read? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it is. 25 kills at the moment. Absolutely crazy.
The enemy is taking
Very, very slow. I mean, we predicted this was going to be a slow starting game, and nothing majorly significant has happened other than that one push from Noggano, which Jesulin dealt with very well. Noggano is starting to get light vehicles out in the mid game now, which suggests he might start to creatively use these to disrupt Jesulin's lines. I mean, if Jesulin can actually just sit this out where he is right now, and, you know, not outstretch too far, you know, it's going to render these units pretty useless. They haven't got that many flanking opportunities at all. You know, they're going to have to push quite deep with the threat of the Fausts and the AT gun and the scout car. You know, it may actually be a bad decision that things like the Stuart come out, because he's not going to be able to do anything with it. They're just going to sit there and null his tech for a little bit longer.
Yeah, Jesulin is building a second sniper to go with the master sniper.
Do you just call him Jesulin?
I am going to alternate how I call him, because I don't think there's any proven way to call him anything, to be honest.
That sounds like some country pop singer. Jesulin. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Jesulin.
Oh dear God.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really going on in this game. This is very, very slow, very, very calm. You know what's going to happen as well at this point is it kind of goes bad for both players. I mean, Noggano's going to get the 2 VPs, which I'm sure he really, really wants, but it's not going to work in his favor, because Jesulin is going to get such a good, you know, resource income and tech boost. It's so secure. You know, he's going to maybe even look at getting like a Tiger out or something. He can probably afford the Ju-87 strafes to come in the late game. So, you know, it's in Noggano's best interest right now to actually push deep in the mid game with what he's got, and maybe even just take risks, you know.
I think he's got to, but with the 2 snipers now being on the field, he can fall into a manpower trap, and that will, as I said in an earlier game, give the Wehrmacht player an opportunity to push. As soon as your American player has thought, right, I'm losing too many squads, I need to retreat, I need to rethink my strategy, that's your opportunity to take advantage of the snipers.
Your anti-tank gun has arrived.
By the way, it's widely proposed in the chat that we dress in toilet roll so we look like Halloween mummies for the final match.
I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm feeling well enough for a dress up, to be honest. No.
As a single man living in a small flat, I want to conserve my toilet roll for my
for other things.
Yes. I did not mean that. But
Alright, back to the game. So, good sniper play from Jesulin on the left-hand side is able to push off the captain. He's going to want to keep that fuel point. That is a very, very important fuel point for him. I mean, the good thing with the Austere on this side of the map is that they have a very small chain link to the fuel on their side. You know, it's a smaller distance, I think, really, with less flanking opportunities than the Eastern faction kind of has to its name. So, I mean, all he really needs to do is get a couple of AT guns and snipers, as he has done. You know, he's got excellent vision. There's nothing really that Noggano can do in the mid game, with no indirect fire options available to him other than the pack howitzer, which he hasn't got on the field right now. There isn't much that he can do to push Jesulin without incurring huge manpower hits like every single time. So, you know, the real...
It feels like the fuel is further away from the northern players because your cutoff is more exposed. You have to allocate resources to keeping that cutoff, so you can never protect your fuel well enough.
Yeah.
They've tried to tweak the map so that northern cutoff isn't so well exposed, but they just haven't managed it. Fortunately for Noggano, however, he's not had to worry about that in this game.
Yeah, it's now it's going to be difficult for him. Now we see that Jesulin has gone into Lightning War. Now I suspected this may be the case because obviously he is going to get a pretty easy fuel for most of the game. I mean, it's a great doctrine, especially against the USF. Those Ju-87s wreak absolute havoc on the light vehicles and the infantry. So, good decision there from him. He's waited enough time as well. I like that he's waited till like 8 CPs to the point where he's nearly already at the Tiger. Do you know what I mean?
Good pack shot in on the Stuart there, unfortunately does not get the kill. With G43s, a very, very interesting thing is obviously they have interrogation, which is a massive meta strategy at top levels of play, I've found.
Yeah, I mean, not enough people use interrogation. I'm actually
I was
convinced...
joking, but I genuinely, they don't know you're right.
No, seriously, not enough people do, and they don't actually realise it's there a lot of the time. It's not something that you really even look for. But yeah, I mean... It's recon. It's the recon that you don't see in the doctrine normally, because you don't see the little plane symbol to click on. But actually, it's given to you with the upgrades in the units, and with all the kind of dying infantry around, you get pretty good recon for what it is.
Yeah, it's a really interesting. It's been there since release as well, so you would have expected at some point some people would start using it, but no, alas not.
Yeah.
Now then, in terms of. Is that another Stuart building?
There is a lot of this dressing up like Halloween mummies. I may consider it, to be honest.
So there's another Stuart building. Obviously we've got 2 packs, 2 snipers. I'm not too sure that another Stuart is exactly the way to go.
No, especially not with these AT guns. I mean, they only have to slip up once before the AT guns catch them. Any kind of Faust is just going to be an absolute nightmare. We're getting closer now to, needing to see a doctrine from Noggano. Maybe we could have seen Rangers by now. It's a difficult one. Almost tempted to think that he's going to choose Armour Company because he may actually need access to the 240mm howitzer barrage to kind of shake Jesulin's forces up a bit. Maybe, dislocate some of the AT guns from their positions and then move in with the light vehicles.
Absolutely.
It's a difficult situation. The Pershing doesn't have any indirect fire options, so it actually weakens, a faction that doesn't have any indirect fire options to begin with. Interested to see what he chooses and when he chooses it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. He's left all 3 options available to him, and he's got some potent options to choose from there, as you so rightly said. In fact, every single he's got of the 7 American doctrine, he's got the 3 most powerful by far, and he's leaving it longer and longer until he makes that decision. So it's going to be interesting to see what he goes. As you so rightly said. And here we go on the west. We've got the 2 snipers laying a heavy attrition there. It's such a fearsome sight to see so much veterancy rolling in for Jesulin.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing everything right now. He's not overextending. He knows that if he does, he won't stand a chance against the medium, the light vehicles and medium armor that's on the field right now. Nice choice on the MA-A1 howitzer from Noggano. This is actually exactly what he needed. This is possibly a sign that we will see the Persian commander because he has just given himself some long-range units on the map. This is going to be really, really difficult for the snipers now.
Yeah, everybody wants to see
Sector has been cut
It's a
off.
celebration of the so aptly named heavy cavalry commander.
Will you stop? We get it, you named it. So yeah, I mean, there's a nice VP lead on the field from Noggano right now. He's very passive with what he's doing. Very passive indeed. One MAA1 probably isn't going to be enough to do this. I wonder if we're going to see a second MAA1 come on the field and really put that kind of manpower damage on. It could stop Jesulin from building up. You know, he's already got a large manpower army. He's going to be getting less of a manpower income because of that. You know, to deal those kind of heavy casualties whilst not wiping squads would actually throw Jesulin off the Tiger late game.
Yeah, it really would. As you say, very much so. And this game is currently, unfortunately for Jesulin, he is suffering on VPs, but it seems so equally poised elsewhere in terms of manpower, fuel, and else. I'm thinking Noggano is going to have to go major. He just needs to have Jacksons on the field. Or especially when that Tiger rolls out. I mean, he's chosen it now. He's gone for rifle. Yeah, so he's going to need Jacksons on the field, man. There's nothing he can do now.
Yeah, it's, I wonder what the decision for that is, because I mean, Rifle's really missed its window. And oh, look at that squad wipe on the left-hand side. I think that was Echelons, maybe, wiped by the snipers. Very nice pickup by Jesulin there.
Enemy is taking
yeah, it's decent for sure.
Nice use of the phosphorus barrage here. It's gonna stop any kind of retreat from the grenadiers here. And look at this infantry from Noggano pushing very heavily in here. Scout car doesn't have any sight on the rifleman.
Yeah, here we see phosphorus go in. It's going to do some heavy health attrition there.
Does Jesulin actually have healing in his base right now? I'm not sure. Here we go. The Stuart's gone in deep. Does get taken out by the pack gun and the scout car. I mean, he's starting to put the flanks in, he's starting to make the pushes, but it looks like Jesulin's already, you know, taken the time to make sure that this kind of thing isn't going to work.
Look at that, we've got a G43 and an LNG Vet 3 squad matching off the captain there.
Tiger just entered the field. This is bad news for Noggano. He's going for the Easy 8, he's not going for the Jackson right now. I'm not sure how I feel about that really. The Jackson's going to be much more efficient at keeping the Tiger off of the mid than the Easy 8 is.
Yeah, I need to point out I made a big error, by the way, that Major was already on the field when I was thinking about Jacksons. But yeah, the error still stands. He should have gone for a Jackson rather than an Easy 8 at least.
Jesulin takes a engine damage to the scout car on the left-hand side. Doesn't look like he has anything to finish it off though. Probably needs to consider retreating those riflemen from Noggano there. Tiger's just going to sit on the center VP, and it doesn't look like Noggano's got anything to threaten it with.
No, he has nothing, man.
Jesulin has just played very careful in this game. We haven't seen anything special from him. He just played very much within his own means, hasn't overstretched. Look at the veterancy from him on the snipers, on the Grens. Very casual and, you know, just controlled play. It's just textbook.
Absolutely. In terms of the snipers, 43 kills for the Veterancy 3 Master. The Apprentice at 16 kills, Veterancy 2. So there's a lot of attrition there. Grenadier possibly going down in the west there, but the snipers are adding such good covering fire on the retreat. The Easy 8's coming to bear. The Tiger's maraudering around the centre. There we go, squad wipe there.
Oh, got a jam. Got a lag there, if that affects us.
It hasn't affected me, I'm on 2351.
Okay, yep, we're in sync then, no worries.
Phosphorus going down on the pack, there's nothing there to cover the fire and kill the thing. The Tiger currently stands on 2 kills, just offering a deterrent in the centre, not doing any real damage currently.
Well, Noggano's doing well to kind of hold this still. He's not losing it by any means. He's going to grab control of the mid VP again. Jesulin did push a little bit too far then. You know, we're coming up on, what's 90 fuel now, so yeah, hopefully we're going to see the Jackson as the next unit. We may even see an Easy 8 or another Sherman again. I mean, these two snipers are really probably at the top of Nagano's list to remove from Jesulin right now.
Yeah,
it's a shame
Nogano went for an anti-tank gun, so he does have the... It isn't crucial he gets Jackson next now. He could go for a second Easy 8, you are right with that.
it's going to be a make or break decision, really. I mean, I personally think that Jackson may be the better choice here, because it is going to thwart the Tiger much more than the Easy 8s will. You know, with the AT support, you know, 2 AT guns and the Tiger, it's a pretty bad day for any Easy 8 that wants to rock
Massively.
up to that.
Also, the Jackson is very good on this map because it has long lines of sight, and that suits the Jackson massively. There we go, so the battle lines have been drawn. The Wehrmacht has its resource points and the US has its resource points. This is Longres. This is the most played Company of Heroes map of all time, most likely. Just after Angerville, probably. And it's back, baby. It was crap for a while in Company of Heroes 2, but here we go. Players are now playing it in the final thanks to some good tweaks.
Nice, JU-87's there, clears the AT guns. Is the Tiger now going to move in and finish up that AT gun by attacking the lost unit?
Yeah, it definitely should.
Like he's aiming for it, sure.
He's obviously lost line of sight on it at this point. There is nobody giving him line of sight there because he's Jesulin's currently having to deal with some Vet 3 rifle flamethrowers in the west. So I recommend the Tiger should push up and get that, but no, seems he's being overly cautious.
Yeah, I mean, it's very, very cautious from Jesulin. He's actually had a number of opportunities where he could have gone in and, you know, dealt some serious damage. And in fact, he's just been, in some cases, almost too reserved about how he's using his units. I mean,
yeah, I think both players have, to want of a better phrase, pussyfooted it around the other. They have attacked aggressively at times, but they haven't pushed it. They haven't gone for it, like Lovenest had to in his ill-fated game against Noggano with the M20, which got him into the game. Yeah, we haven't quite seen that kind of ferocity in this particular match so far.
No. And this is really going to be like their tester match between them. Noggano is probably going to see Jesulin's careful style of play here and look to exploit it, but the problem is Noggano is going to be playing the next game as Axis, who are, you know, a little bit disadvantaged in that department with early game offensives anyway, so really he needs to make this work now or never. You know, Jesulin could play the allies extremely well in the next game.
He very well could do. It's going to be highly dependent on what happens. Obviously, mirror matches are sorry, we've been told they're not enabled, haven't we? Creator did tell us that's on. G43 is doing heavy attrition on the lieutenants in the east. They're going to have to retreat. I think they have to, maybe 2 bars, perhaps? No, they're just a one.
Oh, nice! MA-A1 got a rear armor hit on the Tiger, dealing quite a bit of damage there, actually.
And it gets out unscathed. That's a strange situation, isn't it?
Yeah. It's, again, things are starting to heat up a little bit now. I think Noggano's probably acknowledged that, you know, the VPs, that we've already got a Tiger on the field. It's kind of a what's next situation. Jesulin has, you know, much time on his hands. He can bring out really whatever he wants. Noggano has to heat things up a little bit. He's got the Easy 8, the MA-A1 Scott is available. What's the next option going to be for teching? You know, he's on 189 fuel now. Needs to really consider, you know, is he going to go in with the indirect fire options? Are we going to see another Scott come out? Is he going to, you know, harass the units at range? Things like the AT gun would be quite nice to see.
Sorry to interrupt there, Stormless. What is the manpower cost of a single rifleman to reinforce?
I am not sure.
It's about 28, isn't it?
Check for you now. It's 28, yep.
Yep, 77 times 28 is 2,156 manpower led by the snipers in this game. They've got 77 kills. That is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, they're hugely effective against USF. Noggano hasn't been particularly efficient in shutting them down. The one in time that he did actually go in with his units, he went in with the Stuart when he possibly should have gone in with the M20 quite hard. Maybe been able to pick those up. You know, whilst the AT gun was focusing on the Stuart. I think that was probably a mistake at that point in the game for him. The M20 just wasn't there at the right time.
Absolutely.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Such a slow and careful game.
It is, and Longres has been notorious for these games. It has, however, always been a good map to watch when there's a heavy tank involved, because that, you know, encourages the Allies player to try and counter it.
Taking our territory.
So now the Tiger's involved, we're going to have to see Noggano answer the Tiger.
We have 200 points remaining.
He's not posed many solutions to that problem quite yet.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, you know, Noggano's I'm kind of undecided as to whether I like this strategy Noggano is playing or not. On one hand, I think he's playing quite defensively for allies. He's giving a lot of time to the Ostit player in order to tech, get veterans and so on. On the other hand, I mean, he's triple capped at the moment. He is putting pressure on the left-hand side, and he comfortably holds 2 VPs. So he's almost letting Jesulin make the mistakes, if you know what I mean. He's letting Jesulin kind of step outside of his area and then blasting him back with a well-organized defense. So, you know, the time is running out slowly for Jesulin. He hasn't got all the time in the world, but at the same time, he does have everything at his fingertips he needs to make this assault work.
Absolutely.
So, this is a timing thing. I'm kind of wondering, you know, how long it's going to be before we see something adventurous happen. Could the Tiger go through the hedgerow here?
I'd love to see that. It's always good to see a hedgerow ambush. Instead, he's attacking ground through the hedgerow, so he's giving away his position there. And both players have a considerable amount of fuel. We are seeing... Is that a Jackson I spy, or... Yes?
Easy 8, isn't it? Easy
I
8.
can't tell silhouettes. I'm terrible by it.
It's an easy 8.
So 2 easy 8s, but as we said earlier with the AT gun, he does have enough of a deterrent to thwart the Tiger if he needs to.
Yes.
God. The Vet 3 rifles with flamethrowers really putting some pressure down on that Pioneer just in the south there. All the while the other Pioneer squad caps the central VP.
Jesulin has been very, very resistant to teching in this game. He has not stepped outside of Battle Phase 1. Very, very infantry heavy. He got everything that he needed to defend. In the early game, waited for that off-map tank rather than wasting any kind of resources. You know, he's done very well at making sure all of his squads were reinforced
Enemy is attempting
and so
to
on.
steal our sector.
It's now he's in a position though where he could be looking at getting other units in the field. I mean, the pop cap for Jesulin's on 90 now, so he probably doesn't want to be overextending that privilege too much. But you know, we could see something else come on the field vehicle-wise.
Absolutely, yeah, you're bang on here. Now the Axis player has his big heavy tank. If he keeps the manpower, he can just go tier 4 and get an accompaniment. He could go for a Brumball if he's facing a lot of elite rifles, which he is, or he could go for a Panther, or even a Panther Bertha. It doesn't, you know, he can afford to diversify now. Scott has a tiny little 7 kills, but it's more about the affliction it's been doing overall in terms of health drain, you must say. Snipers as an update, now on 29 and 57.
Crazy sniper players in here. Noggano,
which would be 2,400 manpower expent over the entirety of the game. Not bad.
I wonder when Jesulin is going to, you know, make this assault. It needs to come some point soon. You know, he's down on the VPs. We're nearly at a full pop cap for him as well. You know, there's not much more he can do when you're at full pop cap. This is the point when you need to start using the units you've got. He can easily afford to replace them as well. So, you know, no reason not to just send the Tiger in with the Stuka close air support, in my opinion.
Especially when he starts pooling those resources due to his pop cap. He'll be able to say to himself, right, I can push now. I can afford to lose a couple of things.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, if he gets the amount of manpower for a new Tiger, he can just rush the other one in. No harm at all, really.
Absolutely not. He has decided to build a few Pioneers in addition to his core combatants. So they're going to be used for hopefully capping the peripheral engagements whilst he focuses on the centre with his heavy elite infantry and Tiger.
I'm really liking the M20 is still in the field. Vet 2 now, and just really harassing any units that come on the right hand side and providing a little bit of sight there. Jesulin's
Really
trying to
died
pick it
just
up
as you
with
said
you.
it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, triple pack shot, just as you were saying about.
Oh, it's not dead though.
No, nearly done. Here we go. Another Stuka plus air support.
Okay, there we go. So the Ju-87's just been called in right now. The Tiger is looking to move in, whilst engineers are capping the middle. Sniper's moving in, probably going to be able to take down the AT gun should Noggano decide to set that up and take a shot at the Tiger. Doesn't look like he is going to do that though. Is that engine damage on the Easy 8 at the back there? It is. So that unit is kind of removed from the game. Nice sniper shot from Jesulin there, taking down the AT gun. This Easy 8 is going to push in. Noggano may be feeling this is his moment that he needs to try and take this down, but Jesulin can replace this Tiger straight away. I mean, the Ju-87 is just doing massive work here for Jesulin.
Jesulin is doing exactly what we wanted him to do. He's pushing his advantage and he's trying to make it work. With the Tiger, he can use that as the thrusting elements, and the snipers there, taking pot shots from behind. It really is a good combination of units.
The Easy 8 just took down the Ju-87 with its machine gunner. That was an impressive shot.
Incredibly historically accurate, you must say.
Congratulations to this dude right here, who is feeling pretty damn good about himself right now. Is he smiling? I don't know. I can't zoom in that close.
Do you have any sound effects when the snipers get a combined 100 kills?
No, I don't actually.
Oh, no balloons or anything, no?
No,
Okay.
nothing on the list.
I'll keep an eye out on him. That time will come within the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, the one thing here, Noggano's commander choices, whilst I did like that he had the Pershing Doctrine, Rifle Company hasn't really done anything for him here. Pershing would have been lovely to see. Pershing and a Jackson in combination with the MAA-1 as well would have been just absolutely beautiful. Also, something like Airborne, Airborne would have been lovely against, especially as Jesulin isn't going to tech up to Battle Phase 2. There's no chance of an Ostwind coming out. Airborne and Jacksons
would have been an excellent counter, massively. He's playing the same doctrine that was so good on an Allied favoured map because of the shot blockers and houses, but on Longres it's not quite the same effect.
No, I mean, these guys, this is just very, very slow. I get the impression that they don't really want to play.
No. They don't want to lose.
Well, yeah, they don't want to lose, but I'm getting the impression that it's just like, well, I'll take the point, and then, if you lose the engagement, I'll kind of let you get away with it, and we'll see what happens in 5 minutes' time.
Oh, absolutely. They're fatigued for sure. They're end of the tethers, and that's when top level players play can get exciting. So I'm looking to see a breakout. Every second that the game is in a kind of a lulled state, you must be asking yourself, right, this is building into a crescendo. This Tiger is going to die. I mean, I know it's on 2 pips of veterancy, but if Noggano wants to win, he's going to have to do something about the Tiger eventually.
Yeah, I mean, one thing Noggano has got going for him at the moment, as we've seen with Jesulin's reluctance to go for any other kind of tech, he's a bit stretched on his pop cap for that anyway. But the MAA-1 Scott has got very, very good control of the centre of the map. As I say that, the MAA-1 Scott goes down to the Ju-87. Tiger goes in quite deep. 2 Easy 8s and the AT gun should be able to push that off fairly easy though. No massive losses for Noggano here, although he might consider getting something out like a half-track to deal with the Ju-87s that are coming in, and that would really, really put pressure on Jesulin.
Could be going down. Just the west there. Sniper's taking one last shot. They both miss, unfortunately. Yeah, you had a very good point. If it wasn't for the engine damage on the Easy 8 to the east, I suspect he might have given chase on that Tiger then. I suppose with the 2 packs it wouldn't have been very well advised, but he might have given chase a bit more at least. No.
I mean, look at this, the 2 snipers just rolling in there, and Noggano is looks like he's struggling. I mean, Jesulin is stocking a lot of manpower. He's on nearly 900 manpower now, plenty of fuel. Munitions is coming in, and I don't know if he's going to even consider building caches. But Noggano, on the other hand, is really, really stretched for manpower. He's going for another Scott, which I think is a good decision. It has paid off for him so far. It's been very, very good in helping to hold that central VP area. But, part of me, I'm just thinking, why isn't Jesulin going in hard with the units he's got at the moment? What is he scared of?
As I say, he is scared of losing, but he has no right to be with the amount of units he has. As we mentioned earlier, if he were to lose that Tiger in combat, obviously it would lose its veterancy. I mean, it's close to being a Tiger Ace soon. As soon as it gets 3 pips of veterancy, it might as well be a Tiger Ace, to be honest. So I suppose he's trying to preserve that, and he knows he's got a feeling that he's got this one in the bag if he can keep that central victory point.
Yeah, I mean, Noggano is quite firmly ahead on the VPs at the moment anyway. He really needs just...
I looked away. Sorry to interrupt. I missed the 100 mark on the snipers. I was watching for ages. I bloody missed it.
Here we go, Jesulin starting to get active with the Tiger. It's got Vet 2, so it has an increased rate of fire and optimization of the turrets, so...
Easy 8 nearly dies. The AT gun's coming in to give good covering fire. What's this on the centre? What have we got dropped there? Oh, that's just a bazooka. Nobody wants a bazooka. Maybe the Pioneers could pick that up. The M20's done well. 15 kills, 3 pips of vet.
Yeah.
40 minutes into the game, Stormless, and we've got an M20 rocking the field, the original M20.
I'm wondering if this M20 is the exact reason why Jesulin hasn't been pushing with the Tiger. I mean, we spoke earlier about the M20 being a kind of psychological hit at your opponent that he can't overstretch. We don't have, forward minesweepers. We've got minesweepers from Jesulin, but he hasn't like really using them effectively. So maybe this is the reason why the Tiger hasn't been going. Maybe we're not giving him the credit he deserves here. Maybe this is why he's playing carefully.
Yeah, it's a very, very good point, that is, Stormless. Talking about Tiger races, obviously this Tiger's nearly vet 3. If it was to just roll in and hit a mine, it'd be GG.
It is GG. With 2 Easy 8s on the field, they could smoke the AT guns, quite easily take down the Tiger. So this is actually, it's just perfect play by Jesulin. He's doing all the right things, and it is a slow game, but this is how you play the game properly.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Unfortunately, if you want to play this game properly, you have to allocate an hour of your time.
Yeah.
We've got a teller going off between the 2 hedgerows near the central VP.
Oh, the nice bazooka pickup as well with the engineers there. Could this be the end?
This is the end. Oh, look at Noggano's lack of infantry.
Yeah, he hasn't really stood any chance against these snipers whatsoever. They've just been eaten for his manpower like nothing I've seen.
I mean, when you look at that, you've got to say, although this Pioneer could be going down just yet, that it looks pretty much game for Jesulin. All Noggano can do is bleed his victory points even more, but should Noggano win the second game, you've got to expect that he'll have Cider in the third game.
Yeah, I mean, this is the one thing, is the VP leads, I guess, is... it's difficult. Jesulin has been bled quite hard, so if Noggano can keep on to more VPs and do the same thing, then...
Sorry, Stormless. Did you pick up on all the times that Rifleman died in this game? Because I can't recall how they've died. Oh
yeah,
they've coming on the snipers.
Yep, I'm watching it. Oh, no, I'm not. Apparently I got that wrong. There was a Faust on the M20 there to nullify that pretty quickly. Looks like the sniper is going to get away. Nice phosphorus barrage on there with the Tiger. Looks like Noggano is going to make some kind of push through here. The Easy 8s are trying to go through the center. Major trying to take the left-hand VP. A lot of Jesulin's stuff has been reduced to hardly any health whatsoever. This is the perfect time for the Easy 8s to go in and try and take out the Tiger. This could be the moment that Noggano's been waiting for right now.
It's his only moment. I think this is his time. If he pushes now and he makes a success of it, he could be well back into this game. Unfortunately, the Packs have something to say about that. They're turning to face. The Tiger takes a great shot off the Scott there. Couple of penetration, not bad. And the Easy 8, however, is going to have to get the hell out of dodge.
Yeah, I mean, this is very, very good decision there by Noggano. Looks like Jesulin dealt with it well. He was saving the Ju-87 for a moment like this, where the tanks would be pushing in, and the threat of the Ju-87 with no anti-aircraft provided from the USF at all means that Noggano is not confident enough to go in right there. And that is a really good... He was holding that card in his hand for the whole time here, not using it with the Tiger to attack. He was just waiting for Noggano to slip up there, and he's just totally turned that engagement.
Did you catch that Stuka takeout, the Scott again?
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's lost 2 Scots to Stukas in this game. They really are powerful. When you told me, oh yeah, the Lightning War Doctrine, it's got those Stukas, I was like, yeah, they're not that good. They bloody are.
Yeah, they are really good, and I mean, when you're playing against Lightning War, it is actually very much worth investing in the half track, because trying to take these things down as quick as possible is like a must. They just devastate you on the map if you stick around.
Also, we saw the Pack take out the American AT gun, which was a nice move. Quite like that. And we have the central victory point taken for Jesulin. He's got a massive army. Look at that in your top right of your screen compared to the top left of your screen. It's just... It's impenetrable.
Noggano is going to start being pushed back into his base. The Jesulin's taking all the right steps. He's not overstretching. He's taking and holding some territory, branching out from it when he's ready. Noggano, he's given him a bit too much time, you know, and Jesulin hasn't slipped up once really at any point. He's, you know, played everything very, very cautiously. I think, you know, as well, we're seeing very, very tired players. Noggano had an incredible series against Love Nest in the semi-finals, and I bet that probably exhausted him.
Enemy is attempting to steal
You know, to
our
go and
sector.
then go and play against Jesulin is not an easy thing to do. So, you know, maybe when it flips over and he plays his Axis, be interesting to see what he will do in that situation, because then the pressure is going to be on Jesulin to actually come up with the plays to kind of prevent Noggano from digging in. So
Sniper's nearly 8 a shot from the easy 8 there. Tiger's going to reverse back and push away that time, which now hits Vet 3 strangely enough. Noggano's throwing everything in. Everything he's got he's throwing.
The enemy has broken our supply lines.
his easy 8's actually contesting the Tiger quite heavily. Another Phosphorus Barrage from Noggano comes in and pushes off the MG there. Noggano will get the double cap again. He is desperately fighting for these 2 VPs at the moment. I think he feels it's probably his only chance to beat Jesulin now is to drain the VPs down to 0, and he's going to have to put up a big fight in order to do that. He does not have everything he needs on the field in order to do it right now, but the Easy 8s have been getting veterancy, they have been getting stronger. You know, the Tiger isn't, you know, it's not an easy win against these by any means. Look at that nice engine damage in the center, but unfortunately there's just nothing to finish it off. No long range Jacksons, you know, nothing like that. We haven't got any really big indirect fire options. You know, maybe we could have seen the 240mm howitzer from the armor doctrine, but you know, again, the decision to go rifle company here, I don't know if I agree with it. You know, we haven't really seen anything other than the Phosphorus Barrage.
The map didn't warrant
utilized.
it, dude.
No.
As we said earlier, the long wrist just does not suit rifle company. It's probably the most powerful overall American doctrine, but Americans have to play slightly differently on this map. To talk historically, I mean, long wrist has always forced Americans to play differently. It's just been a different map for them. If they want to win, they have to change the game up a little bit.
Well, what are the odds of Jesulin picking USF in the next game?
Oh god! Vet 3 Tiger rocking around on the field. Yeah, Jesulin, you know, whoever gets picks Axis easily. You'd have to be mad not to.
Enemy forces are securing
Sorry,
our
I know this is
territory.
game 1. It feels like game 2 though, doesn't it?
I know, it's been going on for ages, and Noggano, bless him, is trying to push in with these easy 8s. He is not getting the ground he wants whatsoever. I'm surprised, have we got smoke available on these? I haven't seen him smoke the AT guns once. It could have been a really good opportunity to smoke those and deal with the Tiger, you know, but he hasn't used the smoke on any occasion whatsoever, and Jesulin's just loving it because, you know, he's just getting these ridiculously high penetration shots off on the Easy 8s before they're actually able to do anything. And here we go, another Easy 8 has got to go down to the AT strike there. It does. Big losses for Noggano, but he's not going to quit because he has still got 2 VPs. It's all about the pressure now. Jesulin is confident enough to start extending forward. He's taken down 2 Z8s. He's got to be feeling in a confident position right now. Here we go. Ju-87s are on the ready again. We could be seeing a base rush soon.
Could be, but I don't think we will be. Jesulin is highly content to just sit back and dominate. I mean, I want to see. Let me have a look how many kills he has. Jesulin has 243 overall kills in this match. On the, you know, he's lost 150, so that's a very, very good KD. He's been absolutely just soaking up pressure and killing men's.
I mean, the manpower, the resources that Jesulin has are just summing up how this game is going at the moment. Noggano, he left it too long, didn't put enough pressure on during the game. Jesulin has just sat back and with so much time on his hands has just built up this ginormous army of veterancy and you know, multi-talented units. So, well, it's a long game, but Jesulin has deserved it. The triple cap's going to come in now, and pretty quickly Noggano is going to be forced into a surrender, I'm sure of it.
Indeed. I'd rather him surrender now than in 5 minutes' time, though, I must say. What an awful skin. In this ambience, what Creatia has very cleverly done for the Halloween Cup is he's changed the weather settings in this map. And he's chosen a very interesting one that makes it look like these tanks are covered in, I don't want to say what I was about to say, but it's some kind of creamy paste. It's very interesting.
Dude.
Like wallpaper paste or something, or toothpaste, you know. It's strange, anyway. Blue.
Here we go, one final attack coming in now from Noggano. Can he pull it off? The Easy 8s are going in. Here is Fury. Brad Pitt rolling in. He gets killed instantly. His two teammates are going in. They're trying to get the rear armor shots. AT guns are out of position, but the front armor shots are penetrating. The Ju-87s have come in for support. One of the other Easy 8s goes down. He's still trying to get the rear armor shots, but Jesulin's micro is too good. However, the Easy 8 penetrations are going through the Tiger. Could the Tiger go down here? This could be great. I really want this to go through. Looks like the Tiger is going to win this engagement. It comes down to this shot. Oh, and he gets it! The Tiger goes down! Amazing play by Noggano! Oh man, unfortunately Jesulin can just call in another one, but what a lovely way to finish that off. I totally didn't expect that unit to go down. It's Vet 3, Jesulin that got outplayed then, and Noggano left with nothing on the field at least can take away from this game that he took down that Tiger from Jesulin. Well played, Noggano.
Killed Easy 8, the notorious Brad Pitt commandeered Easy 8. That was awesome.
Is the scout car going in to finish off the Easy 8 there? I was thinking that might happen. It looks like he's getting cocky. He might go in for it.
Jesulin's just pissed off because he lost his Vet 3 Tiger. I mean, he could bring on a Vet 0 one, but what's the point in a Vet 0 Tiger? Well, apparently the point is to go and kill the Easy 8. There's enough time for it to happen. Oh my god.
Jesulin's clearly angry about this now. He's driving the scout car straight in to try and take down the ambulance. Hopefully he will get the AT grenade to the scout car there, but there is nothing to finish this unit off whatsoever. Protected by the Ju-87s. It looks like the Easy 8 is coming back in for something. What is this? What is it doing?
Do not do this! You're walking into the back of the Tiger, you madman! Brad Pitt, no!
He's going to try and outmaneuver the turret. In fact, he does manage to dodge one of the shots. I think he's calculated that he isn't going to win that engagement. Is he going to use smoke to get out of this? I'm not sure. The Ju-87s don't manage to find the target. Looks like he's going to live, but the Tiger's going to push in, possibly overextending, but there's nothing left for Noggano now. Jesulin has won this game, and it's just taunting it. Why is Noggano staying in? Why is Noggano not quit yet?
When the Fight Club just getting punched in the face repeatedly. I don't know why he came out of that. There we go, he surrendered. What a game. That was awesome.
Lovely finish to that game. I'm really happy for Noggano that he did manage to take down the Tiger there, so he can at least take a small win from that. But lesson to be learned, you know, don't give the Austere too much time. Like, he needs to, you know, put a lot more pressure, especially, you know, on Jesulin. Jesulin's a very careful player anyway. He needed to really come up with some kind of creative flanks and you know, big pushes from the start, getting deep with the M20 to you know, to get rid of the snipers. He didn't do it. You know, that was his mistake. And you know, let's see what he does in game 2. What are your predictions for faction selection?
I will be right back in 1 moment. I'm just going to go to Lou. You
okay,
get us onto the broadcast screen and keep these guys happy for a moment.
I will do. No worries whatsoever. So yeah, I don't know if we did manage to get a poll up for who you think is going to win the tournament.